Good morning and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim and this is my podcast about knitting and spinning and dyeing of yarn, all which I do from my home right here outside of Lima, Ohio, where I live with my handsome husband on the phone and my handsome father-in-law and my kitty cat and my puppy dog and my father-in-law's kitty cat. Sorry about that. So, anyways, now I gotta get it all straightened out again. This might be a shorter one. I might be talking quieter because my husband is working from home. This is our first official day of shut-in with the virus. So, yeah, he told me to go ahead and do this, but he's going to be on a conference call when he's not going to be talking. So, anyways, today is March 24th, and this is episode number 203. Now, you can find me on Ravelry as NapiersKnits, and then we have a podcast group called Naturally Kim's Knitting Podcast Group. On Instagram, you can find me as knittin_Kim, and on YouTube, Blogger, and WordPress, I'm Naturally Kim's Knitting. We do not have a new friend, but we have a friend who's returned to our group, Looney Camper, who is Betsy. So welcome back, Betsy. So glad to have you back with our group. Now, we also have a couple knit-alongs going on. Just one more week. So let's see how fast you can get those knitting needles going between now and then. We have our finished object one for March, which all you have to do, take a picture of whatever it is you're making, and if you have a pattern name, post the picture and the pattern name on Ravelry under the March finished object thread, or you can post it on Instagram as hashtag NKKMarchFO, or you can post it on my blogs, WordPress or Blogger, which are both Naturally Kim's Knitting. Then we have our Myla's Knit Corner, which is also going to be ending next week. It was a 3-month knit-along, and all that's required is take a picture of any of her patterns. It doesn't even have to be finished as long as you have worked on it. Post a pattern and along with the pattern name under the Myla's Knit Corner knit-along thread, and you can also post it on Instagram at hashtag NKKMyla or on Naturally Kim's Knitting WordPress or Blogger. Both the winners for both of these drawings will be announced on April 1st, which I could do my podcast one day later next week. I just have to see, because it seems so silly I can't do it a day early because I've already promised you people, but I might do it on Wednesday next week. We will see. I did not tell you the prizes for the finished object craft along is a $10 KnitPicks or a $10 Amazon gift card or any giftable pattern up to $10. And on Myla's, it's any pattern from her store or I'm sorry, I lost it, or a $10 KnitPicks or Amazon card. Okay, let's talk about what's on my needles. Well, I'll show this first because I've just started this yesterday. It's this ball of yarn still has enough yarn in it for one more hat. This is number 4, and so it's a purple one. Got the ribbing, started on the ribbing. I'm probably about halfway done with the ribbing, and then I'll start on the knitting for the body of the hat. So that's Chemo Cap for kids. Then I'm going to put that on the floor. You've all seen the back of my Carol Sunday Shakespeare, the front of my Carol Sunday Shakespeare's in Love sweater. No, I'm not finished with the back. But I have made progress on it. You can see where my stitch marker was from last week when I stopped, and I've made it that much farther. So isn't that looking lovely? I love this. And this is by Carol Sunday, Shakespeare in Love. And the yarn that I'm using is Wool of the Andes from KnitPick. Red. It's just red. I love these side cables because they are so unusual. I just really love them. They kind of look like branches. But anyways, I've been having fun with this. It is one you do have to pay attention because the pattern is, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different charts. And you use 3 of them. You use 3 of them for this. And then you have a seed stitch on the edge. So yeah, it's not something that you could really memorize the pattern, but it's beautiful, I think. Of course, you know, should I say that about my own things? I don't know. Then I did work on these last week. I was feeling bad because I hadn't worked on them the week before. My soup kitchen socks, I believe I'm getting close to getting ready for the ribbing. So, yeah. And this yarn was mermaid stripes in the comfort toes. And, yeah, this is the one I really worked on because I felt so bad because it was clear back to here. And so I didn't work on it a lot, but I did work on it. So, soup kitchen socks. Sorry, had to bend over to get that. And then I was able to start a pair of socks for myself. Look at this beautiful, beautiful yarn. It's West Yorkshire Spinners. Oh, that looks blue. That is a gorgeous purple, but it's looking blue. Doesn't matter where I put it. It is purple, I promise. My lighting is not so great again today, I guess. But it's my own little pattern I just found. I found this in a stitch catalog, and it was for knitting in straight rows, and I just made it so I could work it in rounds. But anyway, so there's that. And I just barely got started on the other foot. I was going to work on it in bed last night, but I got distracted. So anyways, let's see. That's everything that's on my needles. I have 2 things. Excuse me, I have to reach for it. I put it on my desk and I forgot. There's hat number 3 from that skein of yarn. Now that looks the color it is. I don't know why the other didn't, but yeah. With the pom-pom and everything. And I still have to block these, but I'm still saying they are finished. Molly's. She blinded me with science. Socks. I know I'm talking soft, and I apologize. I don't usually talk this soft, but I don't want to be a disruption. So, yeah. Look at these. And this is from the Chromas Duos from KnitPicks. I don't know. Let me see if I can show you. I can get this laid out right. Oh, you probably can't see it. It's a jellyfish. See? Look at this. I can't wait to block these and send these off to her and see what she thinks about them. She's not expecting these, but when I saw she blinded me with science, kind of had to go that route. My daughter and I both love science things. Now, I did warn you this is going to be a short one today so that my husband doesn't have to worry about listening to me talk over his phone call. I do want to let you know, KnitPicks, they finished up their shipping last night, and then they are hoping to come back, I think it was April 6th, to ship again. They are part of the shutdown because, you know, even though we say knitting is essential, they're not considered an essential service, so they're not supposed to be out and about. You know, gotta save room for these the first responders, medical workers, and the people bringing the groceries to the store. That's what my husband is busy doing, trying to find meat that can go to the stores. Sorry, I know I'm talking softly. Okay, I've been having fun. My neighbors have been having a putting contest with their kids. So they go to their backyard and they putt a little ball and they see how far they can go, and then I'm supposing they text the distance to their kids, and they're having some kind of competition that way. So the kids still have fun, but they don't have to be in the same house. So it's kind of cool. Otherwise, my life has been quiet, a little bit, you know. There's been moments of I don't know what you want to say. My father-in-law fell and had to get a staple in his head last week. And so we had that rush of excitement, but otherwise it's been very quiet. I sit down and I read and I knit, or I watch TV and I knit, or I listen to an audio book and I knit. So that's usually my day pretty much, after doing the everyday chores around the house that I can. Counting the days so I can have my shoulder done. I'm assuming that'll be pushed back. They haven't said, and they said they will not let us know until like a week before. So it's going to be iffy. But anyways, I hope all you guys are doing well with this virus. I hope none of you are affected by it personally, other than maybe being shut in or activities limited. I hope you're able to get your knitting needles up and working, or your crochet hooks up and working, or whatever your craftiness is. I hope you're able to work on that during this time. I'm going to actually see how much more I could get done while I'm home, but, you know. Otherwise, I can't think of much else that I have to share with you. Told you it was going to be short. Next week, depending how things go, I may record it on Wednesday, since that will be the first, and I can announce the winners. So pay attention next Wednesday so you can see if you win a prize for the finished object or the Mylas. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Hope you're full of successful craftiness, and I hope that you don't make any mistakes. But if you do, I hope they're little ones. I love you all. Big, big hugs. And I will hopefully talk to you next week. Bye-bye.